It's spring in Halifax, and I had a super busy weekend recently where I attended the Halifax Crafters show as a vendor and did all sorts of fun things with my family, and I wanted to take you along and show you what that was really like. The Halifax Crafters Show is a huge craft show that happens twice a year in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I've been attending this show as a vendor for 10 years, which is so hard for me to believe. So I'm all packed up. I'm heading to Halifax Crafters, but first I'm gonna pick up my friend Jen, who agreed to help me set up my booth today. I bring all my cards, my notebooks, my paper doll kits, my picture books. I have prints, and I even have a puzzle that I designed. I try to fit as much as I can in my 6-foot booth space. It was a huge help to have Janet set up. It takes me 2.5 hours to set up this booth, and I can do it by myself, but when Jen was here, we definitely got it done a lot faster, and I had time to walk around the show and see some of the other vendors. I love having my books on display at this show because a lot of folks buy my books from bookstores or online or direct from the publisher, and I don't ever know who buys them and who's enjoying them. So even just having them up on display on the shelf, people will come over to my booth and say, "Oh, we bought this book, we love this book," and I get to connect with the audience for my picture books. So that's another amazing thing that happens at this show. 6 hours later, I'm starving. It's time to eat something real, and I have a tradition of heading over to Five Guys, which is not far from the venue, as my treat to myself for having a great day at the show. I ended up just staying downtown that night because my family and I go to the Halifax Thunderbirds lacrosse games, and the venue for the craft show was right next to the arena where they have the games. Lacrosse is also an Indigenous sport, so I love that they have Indigenous performers at the start of most of the home game. Everyone thinks of hockey as Canada's national sport, but it really is lacrosse. It's hard to believe this is all the same day. I've been up since 6 a.m. and it's now 11:30 at night, and I am dead and I am ready to go home and go to bed. It's early Sunday morning. It's day 2 of this craft show, and I'm regretting going to the Thunderbirds game last night. I had lots of fun with my family, but we definitely didn't get home till like 11, and I'm exhausted. I'm too old to stay up that late and get up early and be on my feet all day at this craft show, but we had a lot of fun. The only negative thing that happens to me at these craft shows is that A lot of people come up to me and ask me really detailed questions about how I make my things. Now, don't get me wrong, when a customer asks me this, I understand they want to learn about my process. Is more what happens when other artists come up to me and basically tell me they're going to copy my products and they wanted to know how I made them so that they could copy me better. I would say this is the most difficult part of the show because everybody's trying to pack up and leave quickly and get home. And we're in downtown Halifax and there's not a ton of parking spots, but this is a very minor inconvenience for the amount of wonderfulness that happened this weekend.
So the craft show is over and it's a new week, and I am now out making deliveries to some shops that carry my cards and my prints. And I'm also stopping by my favorite bookstore today because this week is Canadian Independent Bookstore Day, and I'm going to film a little video celebrating this beautiful bookstore.
I am here with Clifford the Big Red Dog, and we are at Woozle's Bookstore because Saturday, April 29th is Canadian Independent Bookstore Day.
After Woozle's, I headed over to Inkwell, which is a store that has been carrying my work for, I would say, at least 8 to 10 years. I've lost track at this point. Inkwell has a special place in my heart because they were the first store to ever carry my products, and I'll never forget that. I have almost 30 stores that carry my work now, and I still think Inkwell is one of my favorites just because in some way as Inkwell grew, I was growing too. I feel like we kind of grew up together at the same time. It's been a busy couple of days, and it makes it so much sweeter to head back to the studio and do some quiet work. I wouldn't say I'm an introvert. I definitely love people and get a lot of energy from interacting with people, especially at a craft show or when I'm visiting the shops. I really do love to talk to people, but there is part of me that really just needs this quiet time to recharge. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, I hope you subscribe and stay tuned so I can show you what I'm going to do with all of these paintings of these lilies. I'm turning them into something amazing and you're not going to want to miss it.